as diverse as its population. They are in every city and town in the state, and sometimes they appear in multiples. And here's your fun fact. The town of Guilford has 5 history museums. Surprise! We are a state that supports the arts, culture, sciences, and humanities, and we love our museums. Our Connecticut museums use the most amazing, true stories to help kids learn about Connecticut, history, science, natural history, art, nature, and the environment. They help us to understand our place in today's world, and that is really critical today more than ever. Museums support our great Connecticut schools to enhance and enrich learning opportunities outside the classroom. They are dedicated to creating pathways to learning that support the work of our incredible teachers. And I'm really happy to say that they are open for business and waiting to welcome Connecticut kids, families, caregivers, and visitors in ways that are safe, educational, and totally fun. I've spent 35 years of my career working in museums and with museums, and we could not be happier to be here today to announce Governor Ned Lamont's proposal to launch an initiative that will allow children in Connecticut to visit museums with one accompanying adult throughout the state, free of charge, during the upcoming summer months. That would be July 1st through Labor Day. By removing one of the barriers to entry, all Connecticut children will be able to visit museums that are in their neighborhoods or well beyond, exploring our state, learning together, and preparing for an amazing back-to-school experience in September. So we are all here today to talk more about the partnership that's been working together to support all facets of summer enrichment for students. And it is my very great pleasure to introduce David Lamont, Commissioner of the Department of Economic and Community Development.
Liz, thank you very much. Great to be here today. And you can see Liz is going to put me out of a job. She is excellent in coordinating all the arts and culture activity in the state of Connecticut. Steve, it's great to be here again. And Peter, really appreciate you guys hosting us. And Danielle, thank you for having us back in Stonington. I just want to make a few comments. You know, driving here today from Western Connecticut got me thinking. It's been an unbelievable year, challenging year for everyone here. And last summer in particular was really hard in many ways. But the highlight of the summer for the Lamont family was we spent a weekend in Mystic in Stonington, and we went to the seaport and the aquarium, and my kids who are 13 and 11 talk about it to this day. It was the highlight of their summer, and that experience is what we really want to replicate and provide to all in Connecticut this summer. And this summer is going to be about many things, 3 of which I really want to call out in particular. One, you are going to have an open economy in what we think is going to be the new normal, and you're already seeing that start to happen in and around the state of Connecticut. Secondly, it's going to be a great summer for tourism and activity. Certainly here in Eastern Connecticut, we feel very strongly about that. We're already starting to see it. And then lastly, with Governor Lamont and Lieutenant Governor Bysowicz's Kids Summer Free program, those summer enrichment opportunities to get families to our significant cultural assets that Liz just mentioned, that is going to be a phenomenal opportunity to get families and kids out and about in the state of Connecticut and really let them experience everything we have in the state. So really tremendous initiative. We're going to be talking about more over the coming weeks, but great to be here today and look forward to the summer. Thank you.
Navigating the mass. I should say, I actually live in Groton, and my grandchildren were here at the seaport yesterday as visitors, at the aquarium yesterday, but at the seaport last weekend as visitors. So we really use our cultural milieu and environment in southeastern Connecticut. It is now my pleasure to welcome a relative newcomer to our scene in Connecticut, the president of Mystic Seaport Museum, Peter Armstrong.
Thank you. This is the first speech I've made in about a year where I can see people's legs, so it's really good to be able to speak to. And thank you, Liz, for wearing the seaport mask. She must have bought that, so that's $5.95 I got out of it. That's great. So good morning, everybody. I'm Peter Armstrong. I'm the new president of Mystic Seaport, and on behalf of the staff and the volunteers and members of the trustees, I just want to say how delighted we are to be part of this initiative and how excited we are to welcome the guests this summer. Indeed, Mystic Seaport has been welcoming a local community since 1929. It's witnessed world wars, it's witnessed economic depression, and last year we all witnessed a worldwide pandemic that forced it to close its doors for a short period of time. And now, with the support of the Governor and this fantastic initiative, we're looking forward to welcome Connecticut's community of kids once again. We welcome them free of any economic barrier to the amazing seaport, to once again provide the wonder, the joy, the education, the entertainment, and most importantly, hope for the future. We welcome everyone to the seaport to recharge their batteries and re-energize their souls. So welcome to you, and welcome you to Mystic Town as well. And welcome to Mystic and its restaurants and its retail and its hotels, because this initiative will see an economic boost to a town which Mystic, like many other towns across America that rely heavily on tourism and the service industry, and therefore being really devastated by this pandemic. But we're back, and Mystic is open for business. We know and applaud what an incredible and a heroic job our educators and parents did by providing education to children throughout the pandemic. But clicking a button is not hands-on education, and a flat screen is not the real thing. So by allowing free entry to all Connecticut's children and one family adult, we're giving our youth, regardless of economic barriers, the chance to gain a real understanding, real magical moments with their families, and real education experiences. So I know many of you have visited the seaport before, and I ask lots of people what they thought. Have you visited? They always say to me, adults, oh yeah, I visited. I was about 10 at the time. So now's your chance to visit again for all those adults and other Connecticut attractions, only this time with your kids and this time free of charges. So there are no excuses. Come and visit all of these attractions this summer. And my seaport really museum just exists to preserve heritage, but also to commemorate it, communicate it, and connect to everybody within it. So we believe you all have a sea story somewhere within you, and we want to help you find that. We're looking forward to welcoming those who have not had the means before or the opportunity to visit Mystic Seaport Museum or the other attractions, and to provide summer for your kids to run around safely by the banks of the Mystic River, and to say, as we in England often say, to have a jolly good day out. So thank you, Governor. Thank you for all the administrations who worked hard to make this reality, for this amazingly generous opportunity to help the kids of Connecticut. And like the other attractions and the Mystic community as a whole, we look forward to meeting each and every one of you who want to come and visit us this summer. Thank you.
Well, one of the things that you may have all experienced during the pandemic is this ability to deepen relationships that has been a little bit unexpected. When you're talking to someone on Zoom, you really have to concentrate on the conversation. And what I would say as one of the sort of wonderful silver linings has been an incredibly amazing partnership that has developed and continues to grow between DCD and the Office of the Arts and the State Education Department. And so we are so pleased to welcome today Acting Commissioner Charlene Russell Tucker, and just look forward to continuing to support education.
Thank you very much, and I'm also excited to be here, and I can't wait for our kids to get the learning that they need and the enrichment that they need. I know that they're excited to be able to participate. You know, in talking to parents not too long ago, the mom said to me, well, you know, my child is probably going to have to spend time with me at work this summer because there's nothing else to do, and I cannot afford camp, I cannot afford the museums. And so what a welcoming opportunity that this brings for us today. Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Lieutenant Governor, all the partners. David, thank you. That, as Liz mentioned, as state agencies, this has allowed us to work together much more closely so that we can have these opportunities. Even before the pandemic, we learned that summer loss occurs during the summer, learning loss occurs during the summer. And so now we have an opportunity to take what we've all learned throughout the year and together to say, let's get our kids out and about. They've actually suffered from social isolation when they were not able to be with their peers and with their teachers. So this provides us an opportunity for them to get out, run around with their friends, make connections with their educators, with parents as well, and be able to do their learning this summer. So we're grateful for the opportunity to be together to do this, and we're so thrilled and look forward to that for the coming year. Thank you.
So sometimes it's about new friends and new relationships, but other times it's about old friends and working with relationships that have been a long time in developing. And so with that, it is my pleasure to welcome one of my longtime colleagues and friends, Dr. Jason Mancini, who is the CEO of Connecticut Humanities, and under whose umbrella is the Connecticut League of History Organizations, which is the professional organization for museum folks in Connecticut. Jason?
Thanks, Liz. What a wonderful gathering. It's so nice to see so many partners and collaborators here today. As Liz said, I'm Jason Mancini, Executive Director of Connecticut Humanities. Connecticut Humanities is a principal funder of museums and humanities organizations in our state. We're proud to partner with DECD and the Office of the Arts to support access to museums as learning centers and places of public engagement. Connecticut has a long and storied tradition as a center of knowledge and industry. Recognizing that Connecticut's past holds some of the keys to the future, and investing in our kids to secure and imagine that future is why we're here today. In December, through our public-private partnership, Connecticut Humanities and DECD and the Office of the Arts awarded $1.5 million of Connecticut CARES Act funding to 50 of our largest museums. We continue that engagement and believe that this new investment of $15 million in our museums, our community stewards and community hubs, will re-engage our residents and connect them with why Connecticut is such a great place to live and work. I want to thank Governor Lamont and his team for making some magic here today for the kids in our state. We are proud to support this important initiative. Thank you, Governor. Thank you, David. And thank you, Liz, and everybody on the team.
So sometimes you have somebody who's your chief strategist, and they become your chief strategist in a very, very short time. So over the last 2 weeks, Steve Cohen and I have become texting buddies, which means all times of the day or night, it's okay to text each other with questions and comments and thoughts. And so that's how I know Steve Cohen. Now, here's the thing. Apparently, he is extremely decorated and well-educated and has led about 1 million different initiatives in the state and beyond. But I'm going to introduce him today as the President and Chief Executive Officer at Sea Research Foundation, which is the organization that runs Mystic Aquarium. Steve?
Thanks, Liz, and I miss texting you at midnight. It was so much fun getting this right. Thank you, Governor Lamont, Lieutenant Governor Bysowitz, Commissioner Lehman, Commissioner Russell Tucker. This is a great initiative. It's just a fantastic initiative. Free access is so important, especially as folks come out of COVID-19 with all of the lingering issues of learning loss and isolation. So this is just a very, very important initiative to get kids out and to say to the entire state and the entire nation, Connecticut is open and we're doing well. And we owe a debt of gratitude to Governor Lamont, Lieutenant Governor Bysowitz, and the entire administration for getting us to this point. Some 60% or more of our population has received the jab. And that's remarkable, remarkable when you look at what's going on in other states. So we're very grateful that we're safe in this state of Connecticut and that we're at a point where we can invite kids to come to the campus for free. Not every state is doing that. A lot of our colleagues at other institutions across the country are still closed or still struggling to figure out a way to get 25% of kids into their facilities. So this is a remarkable milestone, and we're very, very appreciative to the governor, lieutenant governor, and the administration. So providing equitable access to kids in this state is a continuing struggle, and we're committed to it here at the aquarium. We provide free access to electronic benefit card holders throughout the year, And we try to bring our programs to kids wherever they are in the state, in cities and rural communities. We got to work harder at that as a state. And we have to recommit ourselves to the importance of informal learning. It's just as important as formal learning. It reinforces STEM. It teaches basic STEM concepts, social emotional skills, many other skills. Visits to informal learning institutions, museums, aquariums, zoos. It's absolutely key to our kids' learning. And so this statement of support by the governor and the administration, I think, comes from the heart, comes from the governor's commitment to kids, his compassion for kids, and his interest in making education, all education, formal and informal, accessible and equitable. So we're very appreciative of being part of this program, and we're looking forward to a great summer, and we thank you very much.
Well, I had an introduction prepared to our governor, but really what Steve said was every single thing that I was thinking. On behalf of all of your partners, all of the museums in the state of Connecticut, and heck, I'll just talk for every family and every child in the state of Connecticut, thank you for what you have done to support arts and culture, and I am delighted to welcome you to the podium.
Hey, thanks, Liz. Hey, everybody. And Steve, look, right back at you and each and every one of you. Connecticut is open. It's going to be a great summer. It's going to be a wonderful summer to come right here to Mystic Seaport, Mystic Aquarium, Mystic Pizza, all things Mystic. And the reason we were able to do that is because Connecticut is more likely to be vaccinated and less likely to be infected than just about any state in the country. And to that, I thank each and every one of you. And Peter Armstrong, welcome to Connecticut. It's great to have you here. You maybe noticed a bit of a British accent when Peter talked. This took me by surprise. Before he was at the Mystic Seaport, he was overseeing the Yorktown battlefield. You maybe remember that's where Cornwallis surrendered to George Washington. But anyway, all's forgiven. Live and learn. We'll get over it sometime. I also just want to say, following on what Charlene said, who's our amazing, keeping an eye on all of our kids. I love the fact that our kids are here. I love how busy the Mystic Aquarium is right now. I love the fact that we're going to be able to open it up at no charge to our kids, Steve, and that's true of museums and seaports and libraries across this state. And what that means, you know, Charlene and I have been working really hard on something we call summer learning camps, because we have a lot of our kids who, our schools have been open, but not all of them felt comfortable going back, and a lot of them were isolated. You know, we call it quarantine. For them, they were isolated. So we're making a big effort to provide these free learning camps, and one of the things we're doing is rolling out free access to museums and aquariums and seaports. So it's learning, but it's also fun. And it's a chance for them to get together with their peers, socialize, and be ready for a great fall. And I'll just say one other thing. A lot of people rediscovered Connecticut in the last year. A lot of people. We had more people move back to the state of Connecticut or move to the state of Connecticut than any time in a decade. Believe it or not, we had more people visit our parks and beaches than ever before during last summer. We kept them open. It was really important. And this is going to be a big summer in terms of tourism, our restaurants, our hotels, hospitality. I see my friend Tony Sheridan there. We're going to be formally announcing, but it's going to be the biggest increase in our tourism budget this state has ever seen. I want everybody to know what an amazing state this is. You know it, your friends know it, now everybody else is going to know it. I want them to come to visit. I want them to visit our amazing attractions, come to our restaurants, come to our hotels. And if you haven't, a few friends that haven't been vaccinated yet, tell them now's their opportunity. We got plenty of vaccine left. Thanks, everybody. Here's the amazing Lieutenant Governor Susan Weissowitz.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is so nice to be here with you for this announcement that's going to help our kids learn and have fun this summer. It's also going to help tourism, not just in Mystic, but all over our beautiful state. And there's no question that during COVID, tourism suffered. But Steve, I have to tell you, in the category of good problems to have, when I drove into the parking lot, we had to circle to find a space. So great problem to have, and how wonderful to see so many families feeling comfortable and excited about coming here today. I want to thank the governor and Commissioner Russell Tucker for their vision to give kids an opportunity to learn. It's been such a challenging year, and what a wonderful way to learn about science, learn about climate, learn about our world, learn about our beautiful state in this nice environment, and have the opportunity also to see some of our other beautiful treasures, our museums and our historic spots. So I want to give a shout out to our wonderful legislative partners who are great collaborators, and I'm going to start from over here, and if they would just wave, Representative Anthony Nolan. Let's see, who do we have? Representative Kevin Ryan, Representative Greg Howard, Representative Holly Cheeseman, and Senator Heather Summers. All right, did I forget anybody? Now's your opportunity. Thanks everybody so much, and we'll go ahead and take questions.
I had a question for Steve Cohen. We were here back in September, right? And the picture there was not so great. I noticed there was some real challenges and some grant money, some private donations. Can you give us an update on how things are now and where we've come?
Well, the state increased the capacity, which helped a lot. So the governor lifted some of those restrictions. Our attendance has gone up, and we are recovering, and that state support made all the difference in terms of restructuring the financial platform of the organization. So we no longer have over 1.5 million a year in debt service, for example. So we're a completely different financial structure now, and much better shape thanks to the state support.
And I think you mentioned that you're in a situation that many of your colleagues or other attractions really are not. You're fortunate that this is kind of a destination, and you've got come from the state.
Yeah, we're very fortunate, and Mystic Aquarium is somewhat unique in that 60% of our visitors come from out of state. So we continue to see a lot of traffic from out of state. Of course, we welcome, lots and lots of Connecticut folks every day, too, and we want more. But we're seeing strong visitation from out of state because other venues are closed. The New England Aquarium was closed for a long period of time, just reopened. So we're seeing a lot of interest from other places.
Steve, what will it look like May 1st when the masks can go away and things like that? Have any protocols here at the aquarium?
Well, we'll be able to recognize each other. That's a good thing. We continue to have time ticketing, and to try to control, to reinforce social distancing.
Liz or Jason, could you talk about the funding again, just sort of in a nutshell, where the funding is coming from to allow this educational and family experience?
You want to take that, Governor? Where the funding is? Do you want to take that, David? Why don't you take it?
Or David?
Sorry. There's a little bit of who's on first there. The governor's proposed funding from the American Rescue Plan, and it's a total of $15 million for, again, as the governor said, all museums in the state. We're looking to broaden it. So far, we have the largest 5 on board: the Maritime Aquarium, Mystic Aquarium, Beardsley Zoo, the Connecticut Science Center, and the Mystic Seaport. So just making sure I don't forget about you there, Peter. But the goal is to broaden that all educational, nonprofit museums in and around the state, including the 5 in Guilford that I just learned about today, should be part of it. And the goal is from July 1 through Labor Day, free admission for all kids summer free at all of those venues.
So they have to be participating, right? So they have to...
They will need to opt in, exactly. But the museums will opt in, Susan, but we expect very, very high participation.
And you're giving them some financial...
There will be... Exactly. We are providing financial support.
do one off topic if we're done?
It depends on the off topic.
It's not such a cheerful thing. With regard to Windsor, the discoveries in that facility that's being built for Amazon, your reaction to what police are investigating regarding the nuisance?
I don't have the information on that. David, do you?
David? No?
Or Susan? No, I don't. We'll need to look into that further and get back to you with a reaction.
Okay.
The question is, how do businesses know whether people have been vaccinated or not? You maybe know we have a Drinks on Us promotion that starts in a few weeks. Go to a restaurant, any restaurant in the state, and you get a free drink if you've been vaccinated. Look, I think a lot of people have their own vaccination cards. Different restaurants will handle verification their own way. I thought I was very disappointed they were handing out these fake cards at that rally the other day. I don't want Typhoid Mary with a fake vaccination card.
For Governor or David, with regard to vaccination cards, is there any thought where we could sort of update technology and be able to have it, a mobile app on your phone where you can show proof of vaccination? Because I know I'll lose mine.
Hey, you kids, how are you? Look, there are a number of apps. You can download an app. You can just take a picture of what you got from the hospital when you had your second vaccine. I don't think the state's going to get involved in that. A lot of people get edgy if the state does that. So I think different people will handle it their own way, being able to verify that. New York's the only place to put in place a Signal app, the Excelsior app.
Mr. Terzi, can I just say one thing? Because
Yeah.
you asked about the Amazon situation, and I just want to say, on behalf of the governor and I, that it's been disturbing to see a number of hate, instances of hate, like on the UConn campus, somebody put a swastika, and we need to investigate those and prosecute those because we do not tolerate hate and discrimination of any kind. So I just want to say that, and I think the governor agrees.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And can I just ask you one more question about the lawsuit that's been filed, challenging the legislation on exempting the religious exemption, getting rid of it? At first you were concerned about it. What are your feelings now that it's been federal and state court?
The question is about a potential lawsuit, or I guess the lawsuit is being filed about the fact we want all the kids going to our schools to be vaccinated, and in this case, without a religious exemption, which the legislature just voted upon. Look, everybody sues in this country, and they have the right to do that. My job is to encourage everybody to get vaccinated. And I'm just reiterate over and over again, it works, it's safe. We've done hundreds of millions of vaccines all across this country, all across this world. It's the most important thing we can do if we're going to have a great summer. So I don't want anybody to be distracted by lawsuits and some of the rhetoric out there. It's important, and the vaccines work.
And Susan, I'll just say on the potential lawsuit, our United States Supreme Court and our Connecticut Supreme Court has been very clear over the past 100 years that vaccinations can be required in order for kids to go into public schools because it's important to keep everybody, students and staff and teachers, healthy.
Thanks for coming to the Mystic Aquarium.
Governor, I just wanted David to just sort of clarify what the parameters are for the kids, the adults, the ages. That's all.
Yeah. So just to clarify, the program is Kids Summer Free, 18 and under Connecticut residents, all free, as long as they're coming by one adult, from July 1st through the Monday of Labor Day weekend.
Thank you. Thank you. to meet you.
Great job. Thank you. Appreciate it.